what's happening
in the Mother Lode
with Sarah.
And Sarah.
Yep, we're back again.
We are.
In the middle of scorching June.
I know.
Can you believe it?
No.
We talk about this every week, but
No.
it gets hotter every week.
And one nice thing is we got that heat wave. That was, a couple of weeks ago now. And the weather hasn't been too bad.
No, it
So I
hasn't
haven't
been too bad.
complaining.
Yeah.
It looks like it's kind of mild.
Kind of mild.
Which I will take.
Yeah.
I'm like, I will take a mild summer.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I was expecting it to be hotter, actually. from
Well,
what
hope,
people
knock
were
on
saying.
wood, that it doesn't get any more hotter, because we still got July and August and part of September
We do,
to
we
kind of
do.
last through.
And I always think of like drought, because we're in a drought. You know, drought is actually lack of water and doesn't have that much to do with the heat. It does have a little to do with the heat, but
It
it's just the
definitely
lack of water.
Well, yeah, when everything is so dry, it makes everything feel so much
Feel
hotter.
hotter, yeah, absolutely.
Which is miserable.
Exactly, yeah. 85 degrees here is 100 degrees everywhere else.
Yes, exactly.
That's what it feels like anyway, so. So this week is actually, we're talking about the week of June 17th through the 23rd, and Father's Day is coming up.
We do. We have
Father's
Father's Day,
Day.
which we told you before, dads are important. So plan ahead if you haven't gotten anything yet or have an event or something to do.
Yeah.
We do have some suggestions that you guys can do today, but hopefully you guys got your gift a little bit
Yeah,
early.
you're thinking about it a little bit. So one of the big Father's Day events up here is actually the Father's Day fly-in at Columbia Airport. So I thought I would just talk to you a little about all the airports that we have up
Which
here.
is so cool.
Which is cool, because you don't actually think about airports up here that often. There are a lot of private strips actually attached to people's private homes that people don't know about, but we have quite a few actually public airports as well. So I'm just gonna go through my little list here and let you know about them. And many of them actually came about in the mid-1900s, which you wouldn't even think about, but there you go.
Well, it makes sense because that's the boom.
That
of-
was when it was just really kind of starting. So there's actually a lot more people that fly in and out than people think. A lot of people commute to the Bay Area
I
from
know,
here.
it's actually really, really smart, especially when you think about gas prices.
Oh, yeah.
And the time that you're stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
If you do have a pilot's license or you know someone that has a pilot's license, I mean, you're saving yourself a couple hours every day.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And it's beautiful.
It
Like,
is,
it's one of
it
those
is,
things
yeah,
where you can't
yeah.
beat the view.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
But I remember the first time I had heard that people actually commute to the Bay Area every single day on an airplane, right? And it makes a lot of sense, but I hadn't even thought about that. So they're very coveted spots on these planes. But the first airport I want to talk about is actually in Amador County, and it's called Westover Field. And you actually, I think it's 49. Is it 49? Anyway, it actually houses the Historic Society too, like the archives for the county as well, which is really cool. So I just kind of drive there, but you know, look it up, figure it out where it is. But they actually, they started in 1929. Having that airport,
That's crazy.
which is really amazing. And it was actually the Jackson Lions Club and the airport committee put their heads together to figure out how to bring an airport to the area actually in that year. And during the 2 years between 1929 and 1931, the American Legion Post actually took the helm of the project.
Which is neat.
Yeah, so it actually became a private airfield in 1931, and then in 1936, the Board of Supervisors over there in Amador bought the entire private landing strip,
Wow.
and the parcel it sat on, and it became a public airport.
Which is neat.
Which
because
is very cool.
And it's cool because you can drive up there. If I'm thinking correct, it's the one that you drive up the hill
Yeah, yes.
next to the American Legion. And
Exactly,
then they also
exactly.
have the animal shelter over there. So if
Yes.
you are looking for a pooch
Yeah,
or a
it's
kitten,
right there.
it's right there. But you can drive up there and you can walk it.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Yeah.
times the owners of the airplanes are super nice, and then the
Yeah,
people who work
yeah.
in there are super knowledgeable. And I think they even can guide you if you are interested in your pilot's license and whatnot,
Yeah.
and how to get that.
Yeah, they do, and that's, all of the airports do that. Actually, Columbia and Calaveras Airport do that as well.
Which is really cool, because how cool would that be to have your pilot's
That's true.
license?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I was actually going to, there's actually two airports in Tuolumne County. There is the one down over there in Columbia, which is the bigger one, and that's where a lot of the jets come in. So the story goes, and it actually is more than just a rumor, but the story goes that the airport, people who run the airport employees over there know which shops are looking to actually come into our area because they fly them in on private jets.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Talk about having one leg up.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So when Kohl's was coming in, they knew that the Kohl's people were coming in, and yeah, so
That's
it's kind of
really
a
cool.
fascinating little tidbit. And that's another airport that you can sort of walk around, but they have different airplanes on display, just normally, right? And they have a RV park where you can camp.
Nice.
So it's actually a really, really large, a large airport. And if you go down Parrots Ferry Road, where you're on Parrots Ferry and Highway 49 comes here, and there's a little light here. Columbia Airport is actually over here. But you can see all the strip mining. There's a lot of strip mining in there. And that actually, those rocks were used to make the airstrip at Columbia Airport. Yeah.
That's cool.
Which is cool. So they took a lot of that because it was just piles of stripped mine, right? Well, I mean, when they do that hydro mining, it's it's not great for the environment.
No.
It doesn't look so pretty, but I mean, now it's sort of part of the part of the atmosphere. So so they did that over there, and I'm not sure how long the Father's Day fly-in has been going on, but it has been going on for a really, really long time. But that particular airstrip, let's see.
It's actually the 54th.
Is it the 54th?
year,
Okay,
yep.
okay. So there was 1933, a strip was level enough for a Lowell Ralph, I guess, and it's called Ralph Field, the original airstrip, and he landed his plane in 1935 before it was officially finished, the airstrip.
Nice. Talk about being the
little brave.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So then another one in Tuolumne County is actually up in Groveland, and it's a small little airport, and it's in the middle of Pine Mountain Lake in Groveland, that particular community. So people can fly in there and they can fly out of there, which is very cool.
Which is really cool, and especially if you think like the further you get up or uphill, the farther you are away from everything.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So if you can shave off a little bit of time,
yeah,
why not?
Absolutely, and then a lot of those people commute back and forth as well from the airstrip. And then the last one is actually here in Calaveras County. There was, the original airport is actually on the other side of the highway, sort of, from where it is now. It used to be, if you're going from San Andreas to Angels Camp, just outside of town, where you see some of the industrial buildings on the left-hand side, that's where the old airport used to be. And that was founded it was dedicated in 1954. And the Chamber of Commerce, along with Maury Rasmussen, was instrumental in the opening of that airport. Dedicated in 54, but then it was in 55, Carol Kennedy became the very first airport manager.
Wow.
And she had that post for 22 years. She started the Calaveras Flying Club. So there's all sorts of wonderful stories. One year in the early 1960s, Kennedy and her co-pilot, Ruth Nitzen, decided to promote the Calaveras County Fair and Frog Jump by flying live frogs all over the state of California. during the Jubilee time.
Well, that makes a lot of sense of how popular we
Oh,
are.
yeah,
If they were using
absolutely.
their resources to get frogs around, it totally makes sense.
I know, it's crazy, but it was actually during, I guess they called it the Powder Puff Derby, and it was female pilots that were doing
Oh,
this
yeah.
derby, and they decided to promote the area, the Jubilee, by flying frogs
Hey,
around.
that's one way to do it.
Absolutely. And then I think it was in the 1960s, early 70s, I can't remember the exact time. There's a wonderful little story about how some of the girls in the Miss Calaveras pageant needed to get to the fair.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a huge backup of cars
Oh, no.
from Angels Camp to San Andreas, and they were never going to make it in time. So somebody called somebody, and they said,
Oh.
"Hey, can you fly them out there?" Because there was a little airstrip at the back of the fairgrounds, and they actually flew a couple of the girls over.
There you go.
Just a little hop over,
Just a
and
little bit.
they made it there in time. So
Oh, wow. Probably with some time to spare, too.
probably, absolutely. So the new airport, which is what we know as the airport today, actually was dedicated in 1982, and then it was still considered a private airport, not publicly owned. But in 2000, I believe it was about 2000, Calaveras County actually took over operations of the airport. So, and they all have these wonderful, like the Father's Day fly-in, or the airport days, or the Westover days, I believe, over at Westover Field. And they have just airplanes and cars and food and cool stuff to do. So you never think of our little area as an
don't.
airplane haven, but there's a lot of people who fly in and out.
Which makes, the area kind of calls for it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Which I found I have a little tidbit. Leonardo Da Vinci, so he was designing airplanes up.
That's right.
And
That's right.
they found out because he would get these ideas, and he would draw them up, and then he would get another idea and he would move on.
Oh.
And so what they found out was the way he designed his models without his blueprints. They built them, and they found out that they flew. So if he would have
he would just
done it, we would have been flying
Wow.
so much earlier than
I
what
didn't
we were doing.
realize that. Wow.
And so it's crazy
to think that long ago.
it could have, we could have been
could have been in the air.
probably like a century earlier.
Yeah. Then there's the whole, Roswell theory too.
Oh yeah.
Which we won't get into.
No.
No.
That's for a different show.
another, yeah, that's another. So,
geez.
yeah, alien technology.
Oh,
Anyway. So Father's Day fly-in, I think you had that up.
I do.
Okay.
So that is from June 18th and 19th. It's a free event, so you cannot go wrong with there.
Yeah.
And this is one of those events where you're kind of wanting to have a big chunk of your day planned out to be there, because
absolutely.
you're going to be able to roam around and take a look at really cool planes. They have camping, they have pilot information, they have flight demonstrations and rides.
Yeah, they do.
So it's going to be a whole fun family event,
Yes.
and especially for dads. So,
Yeah. It's great.
And this
It
is also
really
in
is.
Columbia,
Yes, Columbia Airport.
so which is
Yep. And this year it's free.
So-
Because it's the first year since COVID that they're doing it. They were like, hey, let's do it for free this
which
year.
makes sense. It kind of get everybody back out there, and
Yep.
they have. If you do have any information, you can contact them, and they have a public overflow parking if needed, if it is really, really full. So the information to contact them is 209-533-5685. And they will have a live band and dance will be held on Saturday night.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So you can't go wrong there.
Yep. No, you can't go wrong there. And, if you have a chance, just think of the airports when you're thinking of things to do. And they also, I know with Calaveras County, they have some of the best views in the county, like unobstructed views.
Yeah.
If you just go up there and take some photos.
Exactly. And they do, I think the Ione, I'd have to pull, I don't think they're doing it this Saturday, but one of the Ione airfield, they do shows and demonstration
they have
and
they have the classic cars and
airplanes also.
airplanes. And I think is that at Howard Park?
I think it's close to there. I
Near
think
there.
It's,
But it's huge. I mean, it's way bigger than anybody realizes it is. But I do remember writing about that one year, and it is down there in Ione. But I think it's a private airstrip, yeah. But and again, like I said, there's a lot of private airstrips around. But when I wrote the article on it quite a few years ago, there was a couple hundred planes there and cars on top of it, classic cars. So it's quite the event.
We'll keep our eyes out, and you'll keep your eyes out because we could miss it.
So, and then in Angels Camp, they're having their farmers market this Friday to celebrate Dad. That's their theme. So you can maybe go out, a couple days early, celebrate Dad, maybe make a weekend of it. At Utica Park, 5 to 8 p.m. There's going to be live music, classic cars, a special Dad raffle. I imagine that's a raffle basket with all sorts of cool Dad stuff on it. And then $1 Dad discount at the Market Bar.
You can't beat that.
Exactly. So that's always fun. The Angels Camp Farmers Market is always a great little farmers market to go to.
And a great way to celebrate Dad this weekend.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Another major holiday on the 19th is Juneteenth, which is a federal holiday celebrating the emancipation of enslaved Black Americans, which is a very troubling time in the fact that we went through that, but it's well celebrated that we got to the point where
it was a
healing, I think.
Yeah,
well,
it took a long time.
It took a long time.
It was only last year they actually made it a federal holiday,
is crazy.
Which is like crazy. And sort of some segment of the population knew what Juneteenth was, some didn't, and it was like, what is this holiday? Because I had never heard of it referred to as Juneteenth. I'd always heard it referred to as the Emancipation Proclamation. And obviously there was a lot of issues actually, playing that out. But anyway, so that is, everybody usually is getting Monday off. If your employer actually, does the federal holiday thing. But it's actually celebrated on Sunday, June 19th.
Yep.
So,
which is right around the corner.
I still cannot
believe it's June.
Yeah.
Towards the end of June.
Yeah. In fact, I had come in here to the studio and we have this little calendar up. And for 2 weeks in June, I kept on thinking that I had ripped off the May thing too fast. And I was like,
feel like it's
just wrong.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it is June.
Oh, man. So we do have a lot of plays that are still happening that we have mentioned in the past. We have Boeing and Boeing at the Metropolitan, which is the comedy. It's put on by Fourth Wall Entertainment. It is going through May 20th through June 19th. So this will be the last weekend that it airs.
Yeah.
Or plays. I guess
Plays,
airs would be the wrong word. They do have a dinner at 5:30. You have to have an RSVP for it. And then they have a matinee at 5 p.m. If you are interested in it and you want to give them a call, it's 209-754-5555. Or you can go to fourthwalltroupe.com or eventbrite.com.
Yeah.
So.
And then Disney's Little Mermaid is still playing at Sierra Rep. I have seen some very cool shorts about that on Facebook.
Oh, I bet.
Where they're just taking little tiny shorts of the play and they're posting them up, and it just looks like it's a really, really good play. So that's actually at the Fallon House Theater in Columbia State Park. And let's see here. So Fridays at 7, Saturdays at 2 and 7, and Sundays at 2. Through July 17th. So this is the last, yeah, we have a little ways that you can see that. So just go to Sierra Rep, either call them at 532-3120 to find out more, or go to sierrarep.org and get your tickets.
And then we have another comedy, which is Exit, Pursued by a Bear, which we talked about before, which is about a wife who decides to teach her abusive husband a lesson. So as you can imagine, it's going to be very dark, very funny.
Yeah, very dark comedy.
And
Very,
this
very
is
dark
at
comedy.
the Murphy's Creek Theater. So tickets are about $32 for general. Students are 26, seniors are 26, and children are 20. You can get more information at Murphy's Theater, murphyscreektheater.org. And you could also give them a call at 209-728-8422 if you're interested. And
Yeah, I'm looking at all the music stuff too.
we have a lot. We have a lot. And I think it's coming down to that we just have to, we're going to skim it probably.
Yeah, I mean, we have the big ones, which are by the arts councils, honestly. And so the Calaveras County Arts Council has their music in the parks every Wednesday evening. They are at different places in the county. And I just went around the bend, so I don't know where it is this Wednesday. Yeah, so I'll have to get back to that. But to let you know exactly where it was, in Amador County, they have TGIF, which is Fridays, and that is, again, that goes on very many different places in the county. June 17th, that's at the Gardens of Sutter Creek. Amador Sons are who's playing. 6 to 8 p.m. It's free, and just bring your picnic and a beverage and a little seat, and you can go out there and enjoy yourself.
Which is, like we talked about before, is you really cannot beat these summer nights where you can just relax, go out, and I don't know, just enjoy the stars and the music, and hopefully you had some dancing back in spring.
Yeah. So June 22nd actually is, it'll be at Bryce Station up in Murphy's, which is really cool. That's where Quail Kilns is as well. And Cantamos, I guess is how you pronounce it, Eclectic World Music.
Nice.
So, and these, they actually, it's 6:30 to 8:30 for the Calaveras County concerts. You can go to 754-1774 to find out more. And you can donate to Music in the Parks online if you don't want to bring some cash for the bucket.
Yeah.
And there is a Sonora one as well. But I didn't
The concert in the park, the Tuolumne County's concert in the park.
Yeah. I think that you had that up.
Yep, and that one goes from June 1st to August 31st. And it is from 5 to 6 p.m. and the admission's free. It's on Crescent Avenue in Tuolumne. They have food and wine, and it's produced by the Tuolumne Parks and Recreation District. And it's at the West Side Memorial Park.
Okay.
And it's on Wednesday nights. So, yeah, it goes all the way up until August. So you can bounce around to multiple different locations. If you want more information, you can call,
Yeah, go ahead.
209-928-1214.
Yeah. And then Twain Hart, they are actually, I actually pulled up the Twain Hart Mountain Air Market. I actually meant to pull up, and I'm going to toss it over to you because I actually ended up doing something I shouldn't have done.
Oh, that's fine. Another really cool thing, just kind of breaking away from music, is there's actually movies in the park.
Yes.
And so Movies in the Park is going from May to all the way to October 21st. So there are quite a long span of this, and it's free. It's in Groveland. And this week they have Justice League, and it's on June 17th, so this Friday, and it starts at dusk. And it's every Friday, one time a month.
Cool.
So yeah.
Wow.
And so we have June 17th, July 15th, August 19th, September 23rd, and October 21st. So.
And that's always a lot of fun watching a movie outside. Yeah, for sure.
It completely changes the ambience to it. If you're going to watch a horror movie, if you do it outside,
it's totally different.
It's totally petrifying. I would not recommend it unless you're with a large
With a
group of people.
Yeah. Everybody clings to each other
Yeah,
walking back to
exactly.
the car.
You're like, don't turn around,
Yeah,
don't turn around.
Don't look back. Yeah. So the other concert was the Concerts in the Pines, which is in Twainhart. So they actually have their concert starting June 18th. The first one is this weekend, starting at 6 p.m. at Epperson Park in Twainhart. These get very, very packed. A lot of people take their chairs out earlier on in the day. They stake their place and go from there. So take it as you will.
Yep.
So this weekend, Jim Anderson and the Rebels will be there.
Nice,
And
that'll be fun.
Yeah, so that's actually going to be, that's put on by the Twainhart Area Chamber of Commerce.
Very cool. And then we also have the Sutter Creek Theater. They have Richard Smith playing amazing fingerstyle guitar. And you can also go to them at suttercreektheater.com because they have shows happening weekly. And so we miss anything, just take a look at their websites. And along with any of
There's
any
a
of the
lot
cons.
of different lounges and venues up here where they're constantly rotating in different
Live music,
musicians, different DJs. Murphy's up in, Murphy's up towards Arnold in Avery. That's
Pine
that's a
Grove.
new kind of rockin' place. And
Copperopolis.
you know, over in Sutter Creek we talked about. So there's a lot going on
It really is.
music-wise. And it would
So-
take us like 2 hours. to
It would,
do
if
all
we
these
went through all of them,
details. So that's why
we'd
we
be here for a while.
we sort of cruise over that, yeah.
Then we have, sorry, I'm clicking over to,
Yeah, we click over a lot.
we do click over a lot. We have the summer market, Makers Market happening June 18th.
Yeah.
It's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's a free. It is arts, theater, and performance type of event, and it's produced by the Makers Market. It is fun for the whole family. So they're going to have live music, they're going to have art lessons, craft games. They're going to have a water slide bounce house, and this is at the Tuolumne Memorial Park. And it's just going to be a whole fun day.
Yeah.
And it's, you can call them at 209-459-9114 if you want more information. You can also find them on Facebook at Tuolumne Makers Market if you want to find them there. And so that should be a lot of fun.
That should be. Also over in Tuolumne Way, there's going to be, actually on Saturday, June 18th from 10 a.m. to noon, there will be a meet and greet for those people who are interested in California history and want to hear more about Columbia State Historic Parks docent program.
Very cool.
So if you're interested in that, if it sounds kind of like cool to you to go and donate your time and become a docent at Columbia State Park, just meet them at Eagle Cottage, and you can find out more about the program, or you can call 768-8087 to find out more about that particular program.
Nice. Then we also have the Spaghetti Western virtual online and live auction. It's a kind of a dual, a hybrid event.
Yeah.
So you can either, if you don't want to be out and about with people, you can do it online, or you can go to Copper Vineyards in Shenandoah, in Plymouth, if you want to kind of hang out with people. So they have, the silent auction it has begun since June 10th, and it goes until Friday 17th is when it will end. So the actual live auction will end on June 17th, and then they have a dinner on June 18th from 5:30 to 7:30, and it's both takeout and sit-in. If you want more information, so you can have an option. If you want to bid on anything, you can go to www.thespaghettiwestern.org. You can also purchase tickets there. A meal for 2 is about $75, and a picnic for 8 is $100. So you might as well just invest a $25. And it includes wine, olive oil prices, the information is which will include wine and olive oil prices are on their website. So if you want to purchase other things, just then the mill, they can do that too.
Oh, that's cool.
And all of this goes towards the Amador Cancer Research Foundation, so absolutely a great
then.
cause.
Yeah, for sure. Another fundraiser is actually Saturday, June 18th, and this is the first ever Amador Recreation and Upcountry Rotary fundraiser it's a concert in the park, picnic, and fundraiser for that particular area. It's up at, I think it's How Joyce Park up in Pioneer.
Oh, Molly Joyce.
Molly Joyce.
And so you just go up Pioneer.
I'm like looking at
and
it going, that does not
across,
look right.
It's weird. It's very hidden in between residential. So you find the Pioneer post office, and then you go up that hill.
Okay.
And it's in the
okay.
back, and they have remodeled it, and it's absolutely fantastic now.
Oh, okay. So it's a community fundraiser for youth and adult recreation programs, as well as the parks up there. It is a free entrance, but they'll have a bounce house, dancing, barbecue, live music, raffle, entertainment, dunk tank, and all
of the
sorts
fun
of
stuff.
stuff. Yeah, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. up there in Pioneer on Saturday.
Very cool. Then we also have the Miwok Patriots exhibit is still happening, and it's going all the way through July 29th, so you do have time, and it's Monday through Fridays, 8:30 to 4 p.m., and it's at the Amador Senior Center. And this is really cool because they are showing how many people came together in such a trying time.
Yeah.
And how strong of a community we are.
Yeah.
And this exhibit is pretty important. So
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you can go check it out.
You can still check that one out. And then, let's get over here again. So, talking about veterans, the Calaveras County Veterans Services Office is hosting a Palo Alto VA Mobile Medical Outreach and
Nice.
VA Veterans Center on Tuesday, July 19th. This is a little bit early, so if you know any veterans, let them know. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It is at Greenhorn, actually, and they are hosting a lunch for veterans only from 11:30 to 1 o'clock. And you can contact Calaveras County Veterans Services Office to find out more about that.
awesome. Then we also have sorry, I passed it. So this Friday, and it happens every Friday, if you have any littles
And the
at
littles,
home.
yeah.
We do have the Messy Mornings Learning Through Play, which is put on through the Amador First Five. It's from 10:30 to 12 p.m., which we talked about before, how important these places are where you feel safe with your children and you can make new friends, especially as adults. It's actually hard to make friends when you don't have places to go that are like-minded.
Yeah.
And these are one of those, so you can make friends for you and also for your children. And a lot of those friendships last forever.
Yeah.
And so they have a free shirt, so your child can enjoy the messy fun. But yeah, and this is, if you want more information, you can call at 209-257-1092. And it is on Broadway in Jackson. I'm trying to find out. I think it's at the, what is it called? And this is from ages 0 to 5.
Okay.
But yeah, so just give them a call to find the location because I am not seeing it. It's a 975 Broadway in Jackson, but I don't know the name of the facility that they're hosting it in.
So, and it's worth actually mentioning too that the library systems in each of the counties, Amador County, Calaveras County, and Tuolumne County, have these great story times for kids, and they also have them at the different branches as well.
Which is
so
awesome.
you can go with your children, 0 to 5, go, they can get all their wiggles out,
Yep. And they have
sing
crafts
songs,
and
they have crafts, they have story time. So just make sure that you take advantage of that. It is another place where you can get together with young parents or parents and have your children mix with other kids.
Which is fantastic. I took my daughter, it's been a few years now because she's older now, but They had the tooth fairy come out.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and they made their own little tooth fairy bag, so when they eventually lost their tooth, they would have it. And they talked about how you brush your teeth. They gave out, a dentist had sponsored it, and they gave out dental floss and toothpaste and toothbrushes, and it was a whole theme to it.
Okay.
Which was really, really cool.
That's cool.
It's not just story time anymore.
Not just story time anymore, not at all. And I mean, the libraries aren't just about books anymore either. They have a lot of digital resources, including, employment resources or exercising resources, or, I mean, you name it, they have it.
And if they don't have it, they can find it.
They can find it for you, absolutely.
Which is, I saw this meme that was, this person had read a book, and they had read the first, few pages of the book. They didn't have a name. They didn't have an author. They didn't have a title. They just had vague memory of how this went, and within 2 hours, the librarian had sent him or her a picture of the book, a summary of the book, and where to find it. So they're like, if you want someone to rule the world, it'd be a library.
It'd be a library, for sure.
Speaking of libraries, the Calaveras County libraries are doing these summer lunches, and it's grab-and-go lunches through June 13th through July 1st. An on-site lunch in July will be at designated sites. And these are free lunches for kids and teens throughout the summer. So you can find more information at summerfood.usda.gov. But they have
There's a lot of different
the San Andreas Central,
well,
the McCallamy Hill branch, and the West Point branch library are doing it. So you can even go in there and find out more information on it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they are also doing at Calaveras County Library, they're doing a summer reading program from June 13th to July 22nd. And this is from ages 0 to 18.
Nice.
So it's free books and activities. You can register online at calaveraslibrary.com or get a form at your nearest Calaveras County Library branch library, and apparently you go in and they give you a packet, or you can get it online, and the kids win things, and there's cool stuff for them to do over the summer.
Which is nice, because summer goes by really, really fast, and if you don't have, especially for teens, if you don't have a reading list or goals set, it's never going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is definitely giving them almost like that sticker award. I've read those books, and reading it's so important.
Yeah.
But and then speaking of learning, there is a adulting 101 on basic auto.
Wow.
Which
everybody should take that.
Everyone should take it.
You need to know how to change the tire on your car. Yeah.
And it will teach you how to do vehicle inspections, fluids, tires, lighting, and navigating emergency situations.
Oh, good.
So a little bit of everything. They have a pre-registration for all workshops is required, as seating is limited. Interested parties may register by visiting www.ioofsonora.org/events. If you have any questions and you want to give them a call, you can actually, not a call, you can email them at contact@ioofsonora.org. And this is at the Mother Lode conference room off of Stockton Street in Sonora. And this is from 9 a.m. to 12:15 on June 18th, which is Saturday. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There's so much going on.
There is so much going on. And if you look at it and you're like, oh, there's really not too much. And then we start talking about it and you're like, oh, wait a minute, this isn't going to fit in our time spot if we go through all of it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So there are a couple things to actually look forward to in the future, which I think
we have a few, and I also have
more,
I have another event on Sunday, June 19th, and it is Live Out Loud Locally. And this is at Mini Progress Park in Sutter Creek. It is an LGBTQ plus community event where it's going to be a fun day of skill building and community enrichment. They have meals provided, all ages are welcome. And it's free to the community, and they have workshops, resources, games, art, and a lot more. So if you are looking to come out and hang out with like-minded people, you can take a look at this, and it's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Sutter Creek.
Yep.
And then, so speaking of moving forward,
Yeah, this one is really cool.
we have on June 25th, which I believe is next Saturday, I believe, through June 26th. So Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. is an intro to mounted archery clinic and public arena fundraiser. And it is where you learn how to shoot an arrow off of a horse while moving, which all in all seems like it's absolutely crazy, but I would be so much fun.
Yeah.
So if you are interested in it, the cost is a little bit high. It's $350, but you're riding a horse with an arrow and learning how to do that, so it seems well worth it.
Yeah.
You can camp overnight also, and this is in the arena in McCollum Hill. If you want more information, you can go to, just go to Facebook and look up Intro to Mounting Archery Clinic in McCollum Hill, and it'll pop up. Just because the registration link is a whole bunch of letters. It's a whole bunch of letters. You can also contact Heather at 661-319-2644 if you're interested in this.
And so we still have county fairs coming up. So the Mother Lode in Tuolumne County, the Mother Lode Fair is coming up actually at the end of the month, June 30th.
That's so crazy.
I know, from 3 to 11 p.m. It's 4 days. 4 days of family fun is what they said. Gates open from 3 to 11, which I said. And then July 2nd, I can't hardly read today, is the junior livestock option at 4 p.m. So just kind of go check it out because it is coming up. It's at the Mother Lode Fairgrounds, just down there, just a little bit down from Washington Street in Sonora. And it should be a good time.
It should be a lot of fun. And fairs there's something very unique about fairs, that every fair seems different.
Yes, absolutely.
You can't go to one and say you've gone to them all. That's not local
quite,
fairs.
No, that's not quite true at all. And then the last one for our region would be the Amador County Fair, and that's up there in Plymouth, July 28th to the 31st, and their theme this year is Around the World in 4 days. So that should be really interesting as well.
Yeah, we have some actual programs showing on past events this week on our channel from the Amador County Fair, which is always really cool to see.
See some of the past events, what they did. They usually have a tractor parade, which is so cool.
It really, and then they have the rodeo and then the destruction derby. So a lot of just high
really cool
energy fun stuff.
Yeah.
And then on June 21st is the Teachers Open House at Calaveras Big Trees. So this is where Calaveras Big Trees is hosting a Teachers Open House to introduce teachers to a variety of field trip opportunities available in this area. So if you're a teacher and you're looking for some things to do in the new school year coming up, this will give you an idea of what Big Trees offers.
Yep.
And this, if you're interested in participating, you can contact them at 209-795-7980. And it is on Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then I have one more event. And it is on June 25th also. And it's the annual fundraiser dinner for the Kennedy Mine. And we've talked about this. So Kennedy Mine is just a really unique part of history.
Part of history. It's a really unique place.
It really is.
It just really is.
And they have a lot of cool things that they do tour-wise and stuff, but this one is definitely for keeping everything open and intact. And so they have great food. They have live music from the Wicked Sisters. They have beer and wine offerings, as well as a raffle, silent auction, and live auction at the beautiful Kennedy Mine in Jackson. And it's about $70 for adults and $10 for children 12 and younger. And you can probably just head on over to Kennedy Mine School, our website, and purchase tickets there, because I imagine it will sell out
It'll
pretty
sell
quick.
out. The Kennedy Mine events usually sell out pretty quickly. So if you want to go, get your tickets
Early.
soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't wait last minute on that one.
No. And then Saturday, August 20th, the Angels Murphy's Rotary Club is presenting their annual shrimp and pasta feed, which is always like really, really delicious. They are having live music by Jill and the Giants. It's at Murphy's Park from 4 to 9 p.m. And I'm actually not seeing a ticket price, but you can go look that up. Actually, just type in Angels Murphy's Rotary Club and you can find that out. For tickets and auction links, they do a online auction as well. Just go to bidpal.net/Rotary Shrimp Feed and it will give you all the information that you want.
Which is perfect. And then, speaking of our favorite place,
Yep.
Amador Flower Farms, everything's in bloom right now. So they are
Yes.
doing a daylily days, and it's happening this weekend because everything is in bloom.
Yes.
And so they have food available for our sale from their local 4-H kids. They are fundraising by cooking up hamburgers and hot dog lunches, and it's $6 for a meal deal. And folks are also welcome to take a picnic if you want. And you explore the 14-acre farm, and it's available to the public for no admission, so free, which is awesome.
Which is awesome.
But they do not allow pets, so don't bring any
your dog.
doggies or kitties. Or
They are
goats
an
or
actual
cows.
flower farm, so. And then also, there's another benefit happening in Douglas Flat in Calaveras County, Saturday, June 25th, from 5 to 10 p.m. It is a benefit to restore the Douglas Flat Schoolhouse, which a lot of people are actually having events at and that type of thing now. So it's dinner, live music, silent and live auction at a beautiful Milfori place in Douglas Flat, which is right next to the schoolhouse. It is, music is by Plan B, dinner is by Lila and Sage, and then adults are $35 and kids 10 and under are $15. You can get tickets at the V Restaurant and Sierra Hills Market in Murphy's, or you can call 559-2733 or 559-9737 to find out more information.
Awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of fundraisers happening this week.
Lots of them.
We also have the farmers markets, which we've gone over multiple times.
Yeah, we
So
have.
we won't skim over it this time, but we will remind you if you're looking to buy local produce, that will definitely last a very long time.
Yeah.
You have your different locations, Sonora, Plymouth,
San
Ione.
Andreas, Calaveras Grown,
Sutter Creek.
Murphy's. We could go on and on. Yeah.
So just look up your local farmers markets. You can get your time and places, and they do jump around, so you can
they
have a couple days out of the week to
shop.
buy local.
Yeah, absolutely, and different times as well. So
And they
days-
have events and music
they do.
and bakery food
Yes,
and
absolutely,
a whole bunch of
yeah.
fun stuff.
They
So
make it really fun to
they
go.
really do. So
Yeah. So I think that's it for us today.
I don't have any more events for this week. The next
No,
week
next
we won't
week
get
we'll-
into
yeah,
that.
well, we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves,
No.
but yeah, thanks for joining us. And even if all you do is go and take a drive around, there's so many beautiful things to see and do up here, and so many events to go to. Just make sure you get out there and do it and enjoy what we have to offer.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And it's good to
good to be in the Mother Lode.
In Mother Lode, yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.